And they waited their years.
Yeah.
They can't wait anymore.
Yeah. But I'm saying that, so that's a lot of that's kind of, so people are starting to realize that there's a lot of stuff, all that stuff. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hang on. Oh, we're back on. Okay, so this is the real estate segment. I don't know when the phone just turns on. It's freaky, dude.
I like it though.
It's like,
Catches you off guard.
I know.
Right?
I know. I have to go back
scenes.
and watch it to make sure I didn't say anything
No
before.
cussing,
Like,
yeah, right?
because last week we were saying some things that we did not want
Fair
people
enough.
to hear.
More than likely,
unfiltered.
it was you, not me.
No.
I'm perfect.
You were saying it. And I was saying it. You were hearing it.
Okay, so I'm accepting it.
Right.
All right.
So this is all about real estate.
All
We're
right.
talking about not the housing shortage, but the appreciation numbers.
Okay.
Hello, Austin, Texas. You're listening to the Home Team with Troy and Wyatt, where we bring sports and money together for your education and entertainment. If you have any questions about anything we say today, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com or give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And as always, you can reach out to the Wyatt,
The Wyatt.
and that's on the Facebook,
The Facebook.
and that's the Home Team 512.
That's right.
Again, it's the Home
You
Team
get
512.
confused, but it's really not. It's just Facebook.
It's
That's right.
the Home Team 512.
Okay.
So that's where everything is
All
done.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can find that on the YouTube, everywhere but the World Wide Web.
No,
It's
the
on
road.
loansfromtroy.com /
Slash
the Home
The
Team.
Home Team.
Yeah.
No
And-
TikTok yet.
Right. No, I can't.
We'll
I
get
can't
it
do it. I'm
We'll
trying.
get- We'll get
I can't do it.
All right.
I'm just trying.
All right.
But hey, this segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes by financing
Your.
American Dream. So, lots to talk about.
All right.
Lots to talk about because we, being, when I say we, the American consumer of the media, have been hearing nothing but how the housing market is going to fall so far down a hole that it will never recover.
Are they still though reporting that? Or is
They're
that's
still
in the
they
past?
just I mean if
I've
so
cut it off a little bit. 'Cause
so
I-
every day I get up and I have kind of a news feed and I skim through the news feed and I look for the real estate articles, right? And and there's like 30 articles and I'll kind of just anything that's real estate I'll stop, but and every day there's one out of those 30 that talks about the impending doom of the housing market in one way or another. Like, people that bought in 21 it will take 5 years to get their money back, or housing's appreciation is ended, just something like that. There's always a negative article about the housing market. And the only negative article that is actually accurate is affordability in large cities.
Right.
That's it. That's the only one that's actually accurate. All the other negative articles right now are terrible
That's
because
supply demand.
there are about 10 organizations that give out appreciation numbers, okay?
Yeah.
I like the FHFA number because it includes cash buyers, okay? That's why I like that number. Zillow is another number that people throw out because it's so well known. They have such an amazing marketing engine, right?
They do.
So Zillow predicts 2023 appreciation numbers. Now, guys, we're over half the year, so we've got solid data at this point. This isn't a guess anymore. This is an extrapolation of data and coming to a conclusion. Okay. Zillow. Did you see how it took a long time? People are like, what did Zillow say?
Yeah.
Zillow says the appreciation for 2023 will be, dramatic pause for effect, 10%.
Will be the what now?
10%.
Will be the increase in
Will be the appreciation value. So if you started off with a $500,000 home on January 1st, by December 31st, it will be worth $550,000.
And are you going with Zillow's guesstimation? 'Cause
That's just Zillow's numbers.
Okay.
That's just Zillow. Now, the FHFA has said that it will be 7%.
I'm gonna go with 7%.
And like I said, I like those numbers. I follow those numbers. Let me rephrase it. That's when somebody
They're saying by the end of the year they'll go up 7%.
They're saying this year we'll have 7% appreciation. So, and what that means in the general Austin area, I'm going to throw this into some hard numbers, right? 2 years from today, okay? 2 years, 7%, 2 years, a year and a year, right? That means your $483,000 house will be worth $551,000 at 7%. We were talking earlier. I said Austin's tracking well above 4%.
Oh, yeah.
Well above 4%.
Well, they have been.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that those are real estate or those are mortgage numbers, right?
Right.
Those are not cash numbers. That's why I like FHFA because it gathers the cash data. And cash, they're really people with cash are really shoving that market up, not down. I would think you would negotiate down. I'm like, hey, I'm buying cash, but it doesn't work that way in the mortgage industry.
FHFA is the Federal Housing Finance Agency.
They're saying 7%, and they, like I said, the numbers that they calculate include cash purchases.
Okay.
So that's why I like that number. So that's 7%, and again, that means
Nationwide,
yes, but that means your $483,000 house today, in 2 years from now, is worth $551,000 and some change.
Yeah. But big cities like Austin and growing cities like Austin, it might be the Zillow 10%.
Yes. I mean, well, and it's housing and affordability and all that sort of stuff. I think the 10% is more of the affordability areas. I think Austin, it's just harder. You're running out of people that can afford homes at $600,000.
Well, I mean, we're trying to get you into recession, right? We're not quite there. Are we there, you think?
Well, we will definitely discuss the recession in the next topic when we talk about the Fed hiking of the rates and all inflation and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something.
But if the mortgage rate comes down, then that's where we're going to get to that 7%. So it's kind of looking like they think it's going to come down a little bit, and we're going to have a boom. Is it the have tos that are
no, it's the have tos, and it's the natural. It's supply and demand, right? So if you go to the L&M Lending Facebook page, right, on there it has a graph, and it talks about population and homes. Right. And it's got population way up here. If you can't see, I'm kind of pointing the big up there towards my right, and then it's got homes, and I'm pointing way down there for homes, right? So supply and demand. There are more people than there are homes. So supply and demand is the biggest reason as to why homes are still appreciating. Because we've discussed this, there are, according to data in the greater Austin area, 2.3 million people. Okay? That's the number, 2.3. In the greater Austin area, it's 2.3. Wow. So that's the circle. That's a Round Rock, Buda,
almost all the way to
Elgin, Lago kind of thing. No. That's not. That's just a Buda, Kyle. Yeah, okay. That doesn't include San Marcos. San Marcos rolls a little bit further into the other deal. So that's what I'm saying. That's 2.3 million.
That's a lot of people,
right? That's a lot, right? There are exactly 9,631 homes available to sell. Of those, 3,110 of them are already under contract. So that means that there are 6,521 total homes available for a population of 2.3 million. It's hard to lose value, right? It's kind of like diamonds, right? I mean, other than earrings and wedding rings, what are they good for? But boy, they are expensive.
Sure they are.
Why? Because they're hard to find and they're very rare.
But are they?
I don't know. They grow them now.
I won't go down that road.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I mean, that's kind of they grow. So that's what we need to do. We need to grow homes. So we're 3D printing.
They're doing that.
So that is what is driving these numbers. It's not. There's nothing. When you get married, and even today, when you just let me rephrase, you don't get married. You just become monogamous with someone, right? You have a family. And you know what? If you have a family, you might be able to get by for a year or two in that, 1-bedroom apartment. But about year 3, you got to do something. And the last thing, and at this point, you become a parent, and there's that nesting and effect of being a parent. And what's that? Well, I got to buy a house with a yard and a nice school, right? So I have to go get a home, right? And there are more millennials than ever hitting that prime age of monogamy, I guess is a better word than marriage, right? Because people aren't getting married like they were. Monogamy and children. And so the first-time home buyers are huge. And right now, first-time home buyers are driving this market. The good thing for first-time home buyers is that the first-time home buyer programs out there have never been as great as they are right now. So if you are a first-time home buyer, there are so many things out there. The rates can be a little bit better. The cash to close can be a little bit better. The down payment can be paid for. So that's definitely something you want to reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com or the phone number 855-299-HOME. It's definitely for first-time home buyers right now. It's the best market first-time home buyers had in a long time.
It really is.
Yeah.
You say a long time, in the last 3 years.
When you live month to month,
right.
and I don't mean financially, I mean economic. As far as business.
The last 3 years, for sure.
Yeah, a first-time home buyer didn't even. I had realtors. I'd get first-time home buyers come to me to get qualified, to get them qualified, and I would send them to a realtor, and the realtor's like, I can't get them a home.
Right.
So I don't want the lead. I had realtors turning down leads because they knew they couldn't get a first-time home buyer loan, a home. They just couldn't. They couldn't compete because of the 15 offers, the $50,000 overall listing, all that crazy stuff. It's not happening now, right? And there's data out there that shows that $100,000 over list at 2.99 is way worse financially than 7% at list.
That makes sense.
With closing costs, the dollars aren't there. The cost of the frenzy compared to today is not. But it's very hard for people to understand because people are like, oh my God, interest rates are this. I'm like, yes, but here's the closing costs. Here's this. It's 200. You know, we did a number. In 2 years from now, you would save $200 a month when the interest rate was at 5 as opposed to 7, right? Not even 200, it's like 187, right? Based off of today's at 4% appreciation. Now we've got out 7% appreciation, so I'll have to redo the numbers. But if you go 7% today or 5% in 2 years from now, you would save like $187. But you would spend at $32,000 more dollars to save that $187 for 24 months, because in 24 months you would just refinance. So it would still cost you $32,000 to save less than $4,800.
It's a good time to buy.
Yeah, it's
Get out there and buy.
Yeah, it's a concept. People need to understand the concept. Housing, there are stocks. We'll move into the money segment. But there's only two real things that the average person can do. Right. To move themselves to the next level. Stocks and real estate. Both are skyrocketing right now, but people are still buying stocks. Right? Same sort of concept. It's not timing the market, it's timing the market. Right. And as long as the market as long as the market doesn't have the oversaturation of homes, it's hard for it to crash. Right? It may slow down, it may stall, like we did at the beginning of the year, but we didn't crash. We didn't even lose value. So that's what people need to understand. If you're interested in having a financial secure future, you need to be looking at real estate and stocks. Hey, you've been listening to the Home Team with Troy and Wyatt. We hope you've enjoyed what you've heard so far. If you have any questions about anything we've said, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com, or you can give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And as always, this segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes by financing your American dream. See you in a minute.